Today, we're kicking off our week-long holiday buyer's guide. You'll save money and score some great games.
We've got the best PS3 exclusives, sports hits, PC must-haves, and a whole lot more. XPlay starts right now. Hello and welcome to day one of XPlay's Holiday Buyer's Guide. I am Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. This week, embrace commerce and make sweet, sweet love to it.
Coming up, we are going to make holiday shopping incredibly easy and do all of the work for you. For instance, find out what sports games will make any jock high-five their bro. Then the emotionally troubled staff of XPlay and G4TV.com tell you what games they think you should buy.
Plus, a special edition of Tech Junkie, where we test out some very expensive controllers and tell you if they're worth the cash. And later, Sessler Selects. I'll begrudgingly recommend some games that your whole family can enjoy. That means these are decapitation-free.
Oh, sad. But first, what to buy if you have a PlayStation 3.
Sure, Sony's had a rough year, what with that whole hacking disaster and the fact that the PlayStation Network was down for a really long time.
Would you even have noticed if it wasn't in the news?
Nope.
Yeah. But despite that, the PS3 still has the strongest lineup of exclusive games around. Here are 5 of our favorites. 2011 has been a great year for PlayStation 3 owners, so dry your crocodile tears and pick up that Mutator. These are our picks for the PlayStation 3. Damn, it feels good to be a freedom fighter. Resistance 3 drops you in the worn shoes of Joe Capelli. He's from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
The Chimeran menace has all but eliminated humanity, and it's up to you to kick them out of the Big Apple before they freeze the joint. The campaign never stops throwing twists at you and is paced like a Six Flags roller coaster. Far from your garden variety M4, Resistance showcases all of the exotic weapons that makes alien killing so much fun. Resistance finally finds its identity, and it's from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Death to the Hellgast. Killzone 3 picks up literally right where Killzone 2 left off, and things have gone from frying pan to fire. Explosive, filling-rattling single-player missions tear through gorgeously rendered Warzone after gorgeously rendered Warzone. But the most impressive achievement is that the move integration actually works.
No way, man! No way!
I know, we can't believe it either. And after plowing through the campaign, all you deathmatch junkies won't surface for months when you dive into Killzone's high-performance multiplayer set. Nothing compares to the feeling of raw power Infamous 2 infuses into your pale game-playing hands. Let loose! Paul McGrath ain't no pushover. The city of New Marais feels alive and dangerous. And surprise, surprise, the morality decisions actually affect the shape of the game's storyline.
It's the person behind the powers that kill people.
This is simply put one of the best superhero sandbox games you'll find anywhere. Now who's up for King Cake? Yes, we included an HD re-release on this list. I know you've played Ico and Shadow of the Colossus before, but you've never played them like this. The HD upgrade brings the true vision for these incredibly ambitious games to life for the first time. Ico is fantastic, but the main event is Shadow of the Colossus, and it is simply a masterpiece. You can't go wrong with Uncharted 3. Nate and his band of merry fortune hunters are after the famed Atlantis of the Sands, and it won't be easy.
This looks sketchy.
Uncharted 3 is gorgeously designed and realized. The camaraderie between Drake, Sully, Chloe, and lovable lug Charlie Cutter is everything modern-day blockbusters aren't. Uncharted 3 is the next best thing to traveling back in time to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark all over again for the first time. Aliens, Space Marines,
Hell yeah!
dead girls, bar fights. Eat it up, PS3 owners. This feast is all yours. And don't say I never did anything nice for you.
It's no secret that your worth as a human being is defined by sports, whether your local team is playing well, what your placement is in your fantasy league, and most importantly, if you're playing the right sports titles. This next batch of games is full of win, and any superfan would love them. Sure, you may get winded from using an escalator, and you may see throwing like a girl more as a goal than an insult, but with the sports game we're highlighting for this holiday buyer's guide, it's totally possible for you to score all the points in all the sports ball tournaments. Go team! First up is Madden 12. Less a video game and more a cultural force, Madden is the only choice for those eager to control the Sunday Warriors of the NFL, and the 2012 version features harder hits, custom playbooks, and the chance to make big men cry with your very own cut days. Our next pick for our big sports buyer's guide is the Madden of Canada, NHL 12. This yearly title picks up where last year's edition left off, improving an already great game by adding harder hits and a better physics engine. Our third EA game of the list is the Madden of everywhere but Canada and America, FIFA Soccer 2012. Despite having a bit of a steep learning curve, FIFA packs everything a soccer fanatic could ever want into one well-crafted package.
Great work!
A new physics engine, dubbed the Impact Engine, brings beautiful slide tackles and athletic dives and headers to one of the biggest sports sellers worldwide. MLB The Show is our entry for the baseball spot on this list. This PS3 exclusive is widely considered to be the best baseball franchise on the market. The details in the individual ballparks, complete rosters and minor league teams, and introduction of the analog controls for pitching and batting make The Show one of the most detailed sports games out there. The Show is so realistic that Dodger fans have to buy their copies at a bankruptcy auction. Our final choice in our sports holiday buyer's guide is the recent 5 out of 5 NBA 2K12.
Bryant pins the shot from the wing.
The gameplay is smooth and flawless, and at times the joystick feels like an extension of your player. And with the current NBA lockout keeping the real players at home, simply picking change out of the couch while playing automatically makes you the highest paid NBA player this season.
Nothing but net.
Now that's an achievement.
I get it. You're an indecisive person and you can't make up your mind about what games you should buy. Now, if our superbly produced packages haven't steered you in the right direction yet, why not listen to the recommendations of the X-Play staff? They're vaguely trustworthy.
My holiday pick is Dark Souls, and the follow-up to that is make sure as stocking stuffers you have tons of extra controllers, because you're going to need them when you throw them through the walls.
My staff pick is FIFA 12 because I've been playing it since it was on the PC. It's perfect.
Go!
My recommendation is Rocksmith. It's fun, it teaches you something, it sure beats banging away on a plastic guitar, and it gives you all the fun of being a rock star without the herpes.
My recommendation is League of Legends Dominion. It is so fast-paced, fun, and I love buying for my avatars. I can't help it. I spend so much money. I love it.
My recommendation is that you spend a little bit more time with your family and the people who care about you. Nah, I'm kidding. Skyrim.
My holiday buy for this year is Skyrim, with a caveat. Only give it to a relative that you don't like, because you're not going to see them for at least 6 weeks.
My pick for Game of the Year is Rage. I really like the post-apocalyptic. I think Bethesda does that really well, so I really enjoyed it.
My staff pick is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because it has fighting games, it's got Marvel characters, it's got Capcom characters, and it just makes me rock.
My holiday staff pick is Shadows of the Damned. It's a Suda51 game. It's bizarre. You are a Mexican guy named Garcia, and you hunt demons, and your sidekick is Johnson, and you get to shoot a boner.
Portal 2.
My recommendation is get off the couch, put down the controller, and play some D&D. Ah, natural one, bogus.
3 of those people have been to prison. When X-Play's Holiday Buyer's Guide returns, find out if you really need to spend $120 to $200 on a made-to-order controller, plus 5 PC exclusives that will make any mouse and keyboard jockey happy, and the best family games that you'll be able to stomach. We'll be right back.
welcome back.
Hello.
At this time of year, one might be tempted to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a peripheral. Say, I don't know, a fancy controller, a fighting stick? Maybe?
Yeah, you know, a couple glasses of the spiked eggnog, or as we call it around the house, daddy juice, and a whole lot of stuff starts making a lot of sense.
Yes.
But don't make the same mistakes we have, tech junkies. Okay, you guys, so the holiday season is upon us, which means there's plenty of Yuletide cheer and an excuse to buy some brand new stuff.
I thought that's what it was actually about.
Yeah, it is.
There are a ton of things you can buy for you and your loved ones, but let's start off by saying, do not buy something like this.
Yeah, this beautiful piece of yellow technology is the Scuf Gaming Hornet, or Scoof if you're from Denmark. Now, while it works pretty well, we weren't big fans of the fact that you actually have to send it back to the manufacturer if you want the paddle button assignments reconfigured.
Okay, the other thing about this controller, it's gonna run you anywhere from $119 to about $196, depending on what options you order it with.
Instead, you should buy some of these things that we've already
Yes.
talked about on the show.
Okay, these are a couple of oldies here. We reviewed a little while back. They all come highly recommended.
Right, first we have these two arcade sticks right here, which you probably remember from previous Tech Junkies. The Fighting Stick V3 right here for the PS3, and the Fighting Stick VX for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, both of these sticks are solidly built. The buttons feel like they've been designed well. The controls are very responsive.
Yeah, the Square Gate sticks are definitely comparable to the more expensive models out there. Matt Kyle's obviously tested the hell out of these things.
Yes,
and
he is our resident fighting expert.
Yes, and they both come with his stamp of approval. They have turbo functionality for all 6 buttons, which is perfect for arcade shoot-'em-ups as well if you don't just want to play the fighting games. And the VX right here actually supports voice chat.
Yeah, the only drawbacks are that the controls may be a little light, so definitely put it on a table if you're expecting people over for a serious fighting game session. They don't put any bricks or concrete in the bottom.
Right, and there's no button lockout feature for the Xbox button on the VX right here. So,
Right.
you know, if you're playing it in tournament play or something like that and you hit start, you get disqualified. So keep that in mind if you do play in those tournaments.
The Fighting Stick V3 for the PS3 is going to run you about $59.99, which is a great price for a fighting stick. The X will cost about $69.99, and like we said before, they are great arcade sticks that are not going to break the bank.
Next, we have the Fighting Commander 3 Pro Gamepad for the PS3.
That is a mouthful.
It really is. Now, this is definitely the controller that impressed us quite a bit. Generally, most people prefer an arcade stick for fighting games.
Yeah.
But this thing is so infinitely customizable. You can make this controller so many different things.
Yeah, there are a number of things you can do with it to tailor it to your own personal play style. Okay, first you can actually rotate the D-pad 20 degrees to accommodate your thumb position.
You can also adjust the diagonal input sensitivity to improve the precision of moves like throwing fireballs and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you can actually change the L and R button orientation if you want to control all the punch and kick buttons with one hand.
Aside from the fact that it is wired,
Right.
which, you know, we live in a wireless world and a lot of people are going to be turned off
It
by
has
that.
a long wire, though.
It does. You can play from across the room. The responsiveness of the buttons, the responsiveness of the buttons and the controls really make it hard to complain about the fact that it's plugged in because there's absolutely no lag whatsoever.
All in all, the FC3 Pro, we'll just shorten it to that, is a great fighting gamepad that is not going to cost you a kidney to buy.
But I mean, if it costs a kidney, you really only need one. It's not like it's that big of a deal.
You have a point?
Trust me.
Let's send it over to Adam.
Coming up after the break, prepare yourself for Sessler Selects. Are they games for tortured souls and misanthropes? No, just family-friendly titles that won't cause you secondhand embarrassment. Plus 5 games that any PC elitist will love. We'll be right back. Look, we all tolerate Facebook, so let's make the best of it and be friends. Just go to facebook.com/xplay and click like. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, Sessler Selects. With a title like that, I'm sure you're thinking I'll spend the next few minutes talking about my new line of cat food. Actually, this segment's all about games that your entire family can enjoy. Gamers, the holiday season is upon us once again. So if you're already cringing at the thought of tasteless Jell-O molds, excruciating work parties, and unwanted visits from the in-laws, here's my list of 5 family games sure to ease your holiday pains. Mouseketeers, get ready to bring the fun of Disney's most famed theme parks straight to your living rooms with Connect Disneyland Adventures. From Main Street to Sleeping Beauty's castle, families can live the Disneyland experience without the hassle of $16 parking, screaming children, sweaty crowds, and mile-long lines. Sesame Street, Once Upon a Monster, is an interactive storybook featuring the furry residents of television's most famous neighborhood. Follow Cookie Monster and Elmo through various adventures using full-body Kinect controls. Big, exaggerated motions will make this fun for preschoolers, while adding a glass of Grandpa's famous eggnog will have parents saying, "The streets have never felt so alive." Next is Wii's Kirby's Return to Dreamland. This colorful, family-friendly game features 4-player co-op as you battle Kirby's enemies with swords, mallets, and other kinds of attacks. So if you need a game that says to your kids, "Mom and Dad mean business," the body-shaking motions of Wii may just be it. Ratchet & Clank All for One lets you play alongside family and friends on the PS3 with its fast and furious 4-player co-op. Parents may not know what a Ratchet & Clank is, but it really won't matter when they're kicking butt and taking names. Bonus points go to the game for the laugh-out-loud storyline, which is guaranteed to be far more entertaining than another journey through Grandma's photo albums. And last but not least, we recommend the Gunstringer. This Western-themed 360 game designed for Kinect puts you in control of an undead puppet who's on a quest for revenge and redemption. The Gunstringer's oozing with charm and filled with controller-free fun. Plus, it'll give you a leg up on the competition when you apply for that NRA family discount you've always wanted.
After the break, we give some love to the PC Master Race. Sure, the market may be flooded with up-res console ports that don't exactly work, but there's still plenty of PC-exclusive games worth playing. In fact, you'll see 5 of them right after this. Welcome back. We didn't forget about you, PC gamers. You are a scrappy, angry, resentful, DRM-hating bunch that deserves some love, too.
Well, you forgot Raging Sad and Belligerent as well. Yeah, but they still have some exclusive titles to call their own, and here's 5 that are definitely worth a purchase.
Our holiday buyer's guide for the PC gamer is chock full of magic, brain-twisting strategy, and for no particular reason, nudity.
Finally!
Let's start with Hard Reset. This first-person shooter feels a lot like Blade Runner come to life. It has the unapologetic gameplay of a 90s shooter. Lots of crap comes at you, and you blow it away with a gun. Yep, this is a cyberpunk adventure that pretty much anyone can appreciate. With this many explosions, it sometimes feels like you accidentally stumbled on Michael Bay's porn collection. But Morgan, what if I have refined tastes? You ask as you set down your brandy snifter and adjust your monocle. Well, we have the game for you. Total War Shogun 2.
The reign of the old shogunate is over.
This strategy title managed to reinvigorate the franchise with an overhauled AI system inspired by ancient Japanese scriptures. The focused gameplay is incredibly sharp, and it's cool to see how every detail is informed by the game's setting and period. If you already beat Shogun 2 and want a new strategy game under the Christmas tree, try asking for Age of Empires Online.
So much work.
Actually, you don't really need to ask. Developers have made this genre mainstay a free-to-play game. If you like it enough, you can unlock lots more content with premium Civilization packs and booster packs. The graphics have gotten a colorful new look, and the core gameplay remains as addictive as ever.
Good to see you.
If you like the cartoony design of Age of Empires, you might just love Magicka. Now, we know that the name sounds like a very generic RPG, but that is not the case. Magicka is an adventure game that encourages players to combine a variety of different spells to kill your enemy in gruesome ways. There is something weirdly compelling about the way Magicka combines adorable cartoon characters with blood-stained combat. Speaking of gory battles, The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings is a direct sequel to the first game. Your hero, Geralt, has been framed for the murder of a king, and you must find the real killer before time runs out.
I'd go after the Kingslayer.
The game features a well-written story thanks to its European development roots. As such, it features all the nudity you'd expect, plus beautiful landscapes and stunning sound design. It got a 5 out of 5 from us, so don't be surprised if you see it on our Game of the Year nominees list. Oops, I forgot to say, spoiler alert!
Tomorrow, X-Play's Holiday Buyer's Guide continues with the Xbox 360 exclusives that you need to own. Plus multi-platform games that make great gifts.
I like it.
The handheld titles that'll keep you sane. And what to buy the rich bastards that have everything. Don't miss it.
Plus games for your iOS or Android device, because people want to play their games on anything.
They do. It is nice to have games there when you want to play them all the time.
I mean, they should turn like just dining room tables into a large gaming platform so that families don't have to interact.
You mean like those old cocktail tables?
Yeah, but just kind of, different, larger, and with like separate screens.
Yeah, that sounds very portable and
Zone
convenient.
out. How was your day? I think it's really good.
Thanks for watching X Play, where great ideas abound.